So New Balance has a bunch of different Fresh Foam X running sneakers on the market. Could be a little bit confusing with people that are newer consumers out there. So I wanted to break down and compare 3 of the ones that I have here for you guys, especially since this is one of the newer ones that they had on their website. This is the Fresh Foam X 860 V14. Then I also do have the New Balance Fresh Foam X 880 V14. So very similar numbering, 860, 880. And then the kind of the more pinnacle version, this is the 1080 V13. And so I wanted to compare the 3 models for you guys, let you guys know some pros and cons about each one, and really give you guys some more information on which one could potentially be the one for your feet. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Pricing for all of these, the 860s are actually $140. The 880s are also equally $140. The 1080s, however, are $165. And it's been considered to be the one-stop shop shoe for New Balance. If you're gonna buy one pair of running shoes, like they tout that the 1080 is the one that you're going to be buying in. Spoiler alert for you guys, just right out the bat, like this is my favorite one out of the 3. It is super, super good on feet, but I actually prefer like a softer, squishier feel underfoot just for casual usage, walking around, vacationing, walking the dogs and taking the kids to the park and stuff like that. I really, really enjoy the shoe, and obviously this is a running shoe, so for running, this is an exceptional model as well. For a comfortable ride, just for an overall crazy sensation underfoot, because this 1080 V13 has a very, very soft Fresh Foam X compound. And I've tried the 1080s for the last 4 versions, and this is my favorite one out of the 4. It is softer and squishier on feet, just an all-around great, great pair of sneakers. Now that doesn't mean you shouldn't consider either of these other 2 because they do offer some greatness in their own right. One thing to note about all 3 of them though, they do come in regular, wide, and extra wide versions. So the fact that they have extra wide versions is super helpful for those people that have wider feet. For me personally, all 3 of these fit true to size. I'm a 9.5. I love these in a 9.5, but I do get the regular version even though I have a little bit of a wider foot. Some other pairs I do get wide versions. Like from New Balance, I get the Rebel V4s in a wide version because the fuel cell, I just typically like to get a wider version. For these though, I do like to get the standard versions, and I like the overall fit of these better. But again, you have the options to get these in wide versions if you're interested. And if you guys are interested in purchasing any of these 3 or the Rebels that I just mentioned, I will link them in the description of the video. If you guys use my links, I do get a little bit of a kickback, but it lets New Balance know that you guys saw the channel and is greatly appreciated. Definitely supports myself and my family when you guys use my links. So back to the comparison, the 860 versus the 880, again, same price points. What is the main difference between these 2 shoes? Because they do look very, very similar. I'll tell you primarily the main differences between these 2. Number 1 is the weight. The 880s are actually much lighter than the 860s, and then the 860s actually have the stability plate built in to the midsole of this shoe, and it does feel like there is a dual density foam compound in the 860s versus that singular foam setup of the Fresh Foam X in the 880. Comparatively on feet, I would say that the softer version of the 2 is actually, for me, the 860s. But you guys can be the judge and leave comments if you guys agree or disagree. But on feet, this is a soft foam, but not as soft as the 1080s. I would say that it would go 1080s, the 860s, and then the 880s for like the firmer version. So firmer, mid, like softest. Now something that I really like about New Balance's website, they added this little comparison model in, and you can actually go in and select the 1080 V13s and then the 880s. And then I can see from the weight perspective, the 1080s are actually 9.2 ounces. The 880s here are actually 9.5 ounces. And the 860s with the extra stability in mind are actually 10.8 ounces. So the 860s are the heaviest of the 3. Now, as for the overall metrics on the shoes, they do offer 2 key ones that are stability and cushioning. So for the 880, it does say that these are a stability of 2 and a cushioning of 2. I would actually say that's pretty accurate. They did feel very stable though. So to be honest, I found them very comfortable. For the Fresh Foam X 1080 V13, stability is 2, cushioning is a 3. I'd say that's about right as well because this is a softer version of the 3 pairs out here. Now for the 860s, this stability is listed as a 3 and the cushioning is listed as a 2. So based on the information that we're seeing, middle of the road, 2 and 2. Then you have the 860s, that is 3 for stability, 2 for cushioning. Then you have the 1080s, which is 2 for stability and 3 for cushioning. Most comfortable, most stable, in between. They also mentioned that the 880 is best for all day wear every day, and also soft cushioning, and it is neutral support, and it has an 8 mm drop. The 860 says that these are best for all day wear. Cushioning is soft, support is stable, and then these also do have the heel to toe of 8 mm drop. And then lastly, the New Balance 1080 V13 says best for every day, extra soft cushioning, support is neutral, and then it does have a 6 mm drop. So that's kind of a little bit of an overview on all of the shoes. They all do feature engineered mesh uppers. extra fused overlays for the laces. The tongue has mesh on it as well. There's a decent amount of cushioning on the reverse side of the tongue. I'd say they're all fairly equal. Then the heel cushioning, I would say, is a little bit more plush in the 1080s versus the other two. The outsole traction is very similar on all three of them as well. You do have a nice amount of traction on all three. There's a nice little kind of like paw shape in the front that has lots of extra coverage there. And then you do have two separate units in the heel for extra coverage as well. So which is the one for you out of these three? Again, simply if you want something softest and squishiest, the most premium product, the one that's $165, but in my opinion, the best bang for the buck. My personal favorite of these three is going to be the 1080 V13s. Hands down, these things are crazy soft, comfortable. If you like that soft, squishy feel underfoot, the Fresh Foam X is so good on this. Like the heel squish is great, the forefoot squish is great. It's one of those pairs that I've been wearing so much. I've worn these on vacations as well, Vegas, Disney, and stuff like that. Super comfortable pair. Definitely a pair that I consider one of my go-tos for comfort. And this is, again, a very soft, squishy experience underfoot. Some people might find it too soft and squishy. For myself, I'm a heavier set dude. I like the extra cushion there for myself. It's easier on my joints. I just personally love the overall feeling of the 1080s. I want more colorways of this as well. If you don't want to pay $165, you'd rather pay $140, you could get either of these as well. They're both great choices. The 880 is a great one. Again, it's a little bit lighter than the 860. Overall breathability is nice on the shoe. The comfort is great. And it's just not as soft and squishy, which if you don't want the crazy soft and squishy there, then this offers a little bit more of a neutral feel. I feel like if I'm gonna buy my parents any of these three, it's probably gonna be this one because it's a little bit lighter than the 860. And the foam is soft, but it's not too soft for people, again, that don't really want that overall crazy squish. And then the 860s, I would say, are a great choice as well. They do have the stability plate built in, dual density foam setup. They do feel a little bit softer on feet than the 880s in my opinion, but overall very nice sensation underfoot as well, just a little bit heavier out of the three. And personally, I'd rather have lighter than heavier, but you can't really go wrong with any of them. If you've never tried any of the Fresh Foam X sneakers from New Balance, like, you're pretty much gonna be like, wow, these are insane as soon as you try them on feet. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, the comparison. But they do have a couple other models that are coming later this year that I cannot wait to try as well. The Moors are always a fan favorite for the extra max cushion. And then they also do have this other crazy hybrid version that looks really fun. But appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching. If you guys have other feedback you guys would like to leave it in the comment section. Appreciate y'all. If you guys want to buy any of these three, again, links in the description. Appreciate anybody that uses my links. And have a good rest of the day. Hopefully see you back on the channel for some more sneaker content very soon. All right, peace guys.